Oh my god! Here we go, guys. I can't make this stuff up. It has truly begun. We just got confirmed by the Federal Reserve, not to mention by BlackRock and the International Monetary Fund, guys. Stop it. I'm done. I'm actually about to jump off, guys. Now, well, jump off my chair, that is. BlackRock believes Fed will be forced to cut rates without reaching their 2% inflation target. Americans will have to live with high prices for years to come. Don't you see, guys, what's really happening as we speak, right? The Fed won't be able to bring inflation down to its target, and Americans will have to live with high prices for years. BlackRock says. We stated this last year on my timeline, guys. Today we're going to do our timeline got confirmed. Our master damn timeline got confirmed by the year 2025. We're not even making this stuff up. BlackRock is a part of the problem. Of course they are, guys, right? And well, look at this. The person who controls or who has stake in all these other companies that you are governed by today, literally stating that high inflation will still be here, guys. We said that everything has to go up. Come on, guys. We're not making any of this stuff up, right? Even though we do see US inflation falls to 5%, lower than expectations. But remember this, guys. That inflation, every damn market or majority of these damn markets will literally go up, pump before the damn plug is pulled out, guys. And today we're going to be talking about, because we got confirmed, Fed's Williams, I anticipate achieving 2% inflation by 2025, but why in 2025? Why not 2023, guys? Because that seems to be the year it all completes at 9, right? When do we talk about? Don't laugh, extra. Don't laugh. This is hilarious. This is what I believe will take place, the sequence of events till 2025, right? My cheat sheet, as you guys can see, cheat sheets, guys. Again, everything goes to a high price, right? Even though I didn't put inflation and those types of metrics in this thread, I did talk about it in the video, guys, right? In my videos. Ripple XRP, my master timeline, I am mind blown. I'm going to leave this in the link down description below, because this was posted at June of 2022, guys, right? We're not making this stuff up, and we talked about how what really is the timeline. The reason why we're talking about the macroeconomic situation is because by then I will definitely not be here, guys, right? So I want to make people prepared as much as possible. But remember, this is a financial advice. This is for entertainment value only. Now, it wasn't in this video. I'm not sure if it was in this video, but I made a few more videos about that talked about my timeline, and we did suggest that and stated that every market out there will go up, guys, right? Stock market, cryptocurrency markets, housing market, right? The debt keeps piling up and up and up, guys, until the implosion takes place. And this is where new IMF chief economist warns inflation could stay high until the year 2025, guys. 2025, you say? You can't make this stuff up, folks. Why that year? How are we ahead of the IMF, and not to mention BlackRock itself, and not to mention all these other people, guys, even the Fed? Stop it. Stop it. Don't laugh, extra. Oh my, I can't believe it, guys. I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. Oh my, how do we get confirmed this? Oh my, I can't believe it, guys. The underlying drivers of historically high global inflation could persist until the year 2025. You can't make this damn stuff up. Why the year 2025, folks? Why? Because the collapse takes place, I believe, around 2024, 2025. So listen very carefully. We said it a long time ago in a few of my videos when we talked about the master timeline, or our master timeline, guys, right? My master timeline, which I posted, which equals to our master timeline. I basically stated the reason being is because basically what happens then is when the collapse takes place, everything will go down, right? Inflation will be killed off at that point in time. If not, we will be in deflation, guys. And now look what they're stating right here, guys. We're not making this stuff up. Remember. We can't make this stuff up, guys, right? Inflation. Remember this. Look at this. Prices around the world have surged since the rapid reopening of the global economy after that thing took place. Of course, inflation was rather fueled by Russia's invasion of Ukraine. But oh wow, I can't believe it. They never blamed the central bankers, but it's all the central bankers' fault, because of them central bankers literally planned that out, and then they planned this out, right? To keep inflating. Print, because the monster machine needs to keep getting injected with its monster or its dose of cash, right? If it doesn't, it's going to die. It's like a parasite. Inflation is still with us, right? Shortly after the IMF raised its forecast for inflation this year to 7%. We go down here, it's going to go higher and higher and higher, guys, right? There's going, in the future economy, there's going to be a two-tier system. We're not making this stuff up, guys. Then we go down here. Core inflation in particular has not started to come down significantly back towards the target, referring to a measure that strips out volatile food and energy prices. I'm done, guys. Look at this. It probably won't. Oh my! It probably won't end until the end of 2024, maybe into 2025. We're not making this stuff up. Remember, 24, 25, folks, right? Well, oh my God. You guys have to remember, we stated this a long time ago, and now we're literally getting confirmed by one of the biggest puppets in the world, in the entire world, guys. When two worlds collide. Can't make this stuff up. 2024, 2025, your time has come, buddy, right? Oh my. I can't believe it, guys. Central banks may have to keep their interest rates higher for longer. Nope, they're going to be cutting, guys, because that's the only way to collapse the entire system, right? Cut it, make people head into this two-tier system, right? The reason why inflation is here in the first place. Now, we're going to have two parts to this video, guys. This is part number 1. Tomorrow will be part number 2, because there's a lot to talk about, and I don't want to really rush things. But basically, the reason why why is this all happening in the first place? Well, number 1, the biggest reason out of them all, right? It's because the major reason is for them to introduce or to bring forth the new financial system. Number 2, to make us the people enslaved onto their system as high as possible, right? Before they collapse it, so you could be dependent on their system, right? Which means then you'll be granted UBI and whatnot. Come on, guys. Come on. Who got these things right? I'm not, guys. We literally got confirmed by the 3 biggest institutions, right? Basically, the government, the entire world, basically, because these people control it all, right? The Fed literally does, guys, right? They're literally puppets. So then we are in a situation where that is elevated levels of nervousness in the markets. You don't say, guys. They collapse imminent, of course. Then one should be very, very vigilant going ahead to make sure that the places that look weak were reinforced are buttressed right there. So basically, they're stating that inflation will go higher, guys, right? Until 2025, because when the collapse takes place, inflation will go down dramatically, if not deflation. Stop it. And here's another confirmation. Breaking news! The International Monetary Fund is warning about a hard landing for the global economy if inflation persists. And there it is, right? Oh, wow! About a hard landing, meaning the collapse. We got confirmed by the IMF. We can't make this stuff up. Stop it. Don't laugh extra. The International Monetary Fund says the risk of a hard landing for the global economy has risen sharply. I'm done, guys. Someone called it time-traveling hotline. How do we get things right? IMF warns the risk of a hard landing for global economy higher amid inflation. Bank concerns. If they're concerned, why aren't you, folks? Right? This is why I probably won't be here by then, guys, or till then, because it's just a show at this point, right? We're getting things like, oh, by the way, we're getting things right. But by the way, we're not here to become prophets, but we're here to make profits. Always remember that, folks, right? The IMF says the risk of a hard landing for the global economy has risen sharply as a result of stubborn inflation and recent strain in the United States and European banking sectors. When the time comes, everything will literally dramatically collapse. Don't say you weren't warned. Then it warns that the risks to the outlook are now heavily skewed to the downside. On the surface, the global economy appears poised for a gradual recovery from the powerful blows of that you guys know, and Russia unprovoked war on Ukraine, right? Below the surface, however, turbulence is building, and the situation is quite fragile. And as the recent bout of banking instability reminded us, right? Then we go down here. Many large economies, including the United States, China, and the Eurozone, have performed better than expected through late 2022 and early 2023 because they're here to save the day. Remember the Fed and whatnot. Then, I mean, we are basically in a recession, right, at this point, because the economy is looking so bad at all, but they're saying this is looking good. The opposite, of course, they're saying that, guys, right? But we're heading into something worse, guys, right? And they're not going to state we're going to be in a recession. I mean, some of these Feds were talking about, the Federal Reserve were talking about how we may head into a mild recession, but I don't think so, guys, because they're going to keep pressing, right? Then we go down here, and then they're talking about, you know, how these banks and whatnot led to the financial risk or financial crisis, right? Inflation as well. The sharp policy tightening of the past 12 months is starting to have serious side effects for the financial sector, referring to the rapid pace of interest rate hikes by many central banks around the world, right? Then we go down here. Prompt action by central bankers and regulators appear to have contained the dysfunction that emerged in the British bond market last fall and stopped the spread of financial contagion during the recent tumult at United States and Swiss banks. Then he stated that, but the global financial system could be tested again. That's very important. But the global financial system could be tested again. And when will it be? Well, here very shortly, possibly more bank runs and whatnot, because early warning systems will fail, as Mr. Poole did state, and we have been seeing the early warning systems fail and whatnot, guys, right? The sirens, but the big one will come soon as well, guys, right? It's obviously going to be tested again. We are therefore entering a perilous phase of during which economic growth remains low by historical standards and financial risks have risen. Yet inflation has not decisively turned the corner, right? And then they're talking about more things here. So guys, I mean, you guys can pause and read all of this stuff out, but this economy is heading towards something worse than 2008, plus something worse than the 1929 depression, because we're talking about us being transitioned into a new system altogether, which means a new system will be governing man at that point in time, not financial advice. Let's prepare. Part 2 we'll be talking about it tomorrow, not financial advice. Anyways, that's all, guys. See you.